Yeah, this is not good. Let me pick these up and drop them. See if he will pick these up. Okay. What is that noise? Is that me stepping on the dragon bones?
We've stopped. What is it?
Yep, I need you to do something.
Fine. What? What?
Take those.
Will do.
And that.
Will do. Will do.
Okay, now he's
Will
picking
do.
these up. I don't know why he
Will
wouldn't
do.
pick up the other stuff.
That it?
Yeah, that's it. He's over encumbered already, or else I would have gave it to him. Yeah, he's overweight too. Yes, he is. So if I try to give him something.
We've stopped. What is it? I am sworn to carry your burdens.
Let's see. Yeah, see, he's overweight too. We just need to do some inventory management. All right, let's do a quick save. And oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Put our fire back on. And there was another baddie around here. I hope it's not another dragon. You guys set me up pretty good with that one. But we took him down. Alright, I think let's find our way back to where we need to go. Yeah, I am quite the collector. I have a hard time not collecting things. I get in trouble. And I get overweight quickly. Okay, we came this way. Let's pick this. Alright, we need to go back to where we're supposed to get the Elder Scroll. Which I guess is out of Blackreach. But I'm so flippin' lost and twisted around. I don't remember which way I came from. Is it saying that it's over this way? Oops, remove that. Recover the Elder Scroll. You have no idea? You didn't watch Hebby do this part? Yeah, I'm completely lost. Let's see here. We could try to go south, but I could have swore getting the Elder Scroll was an area that we'd already been to, and this is showing that we hadn't been here. Did we come from over here? Because we've been over here. So maybe I need to go... There's a bridge here. Let's go east. Alright, so we came in this way, and I said, oh, this is a whole big city. So let's go back down this way. This is where the dragon was. Let's go back over here. I think black going up into that area is, yeah, thank you for the reminder about the level up. It's like a whole different area than what we're trying to do here. Yep, we fought that dude. Okay, and that is to the exit, I believe, to Skyrim. There's some lever inside there. Yeah, okay, I remember that. I think it's over this way. Is it this building? No, that's not the building, but I know we're close. This building over here, maybe? Oh, there's another one of those guys. See, I'm getting distracted. Another one of those centurions. Alright, is this it? I think this is it. It's hard to tell. That's the outside. The Skyrim. Okay, here's the laboratory. That might be where we need to go. Let's get our journal. I met the master of the Grey... Is this the right one? I met the master of the Greybeards, the dragon party snacks. He told me that the ancient Nords used an Elder Scroll to cast Aldun forward in time. If I recover that same Elder Scroll, I may be able to use it to learn the Dragon Wren shout directly from the ancient heroes. I learned that a scholar named Septimus Cygnus might know where to find it. Okay, we already talked to him, and he seemed to have a little bit of mental issues going on. Ah! That scared me. Okay, this was the person we were fighting earlier. Yeah. Somebody else had called him party snacks, and I'm like, oh, I like that. I'm calling party snacks. Alright, so this is actually not anywhere we need to go. It's just a building. Okay. So let's get back down. I want to get to the door to where we need to get to the Elder Scroll. I'm gonna level up, and then that's gonna be it for today, since it's taken this long to even get here. So I believe we need to go to the laboratory, maybe. And where was it at? Over this way, hopefully. Something. Thought I heard an enemy. Okay. How are we getting over there? This way. Okay. I see some Falmer off in the distance there. No, this is where we came from. Yeah, that's to Skyrim. We don't want to go that way. We need to go northwest. Over this way. That's the dude we just took out. So maybe over in... That's where we fought the dragon. What enemy is running around here? What's up there? here. Says that, okay, over here, and I'm right here, so we're gonna go northeast. We better not jump down from here. Being lost in this game is a treat. Well, I get lost easily in video games. When I'm driving, it's not a problem. I do very well when I'm driving, but video games is a different story. All right, northeast, off this direction somewhere. Maybe. There's some building right there. You're the complete opposite. Half the time I can't even find my car in the parking lot. Is it this big structure here? Maybe? Let me think here. No, because we came from this area. And we were attacked by all of this, so... Okay, we're gonna keep going the path we're on. It's right here, I think. Is it this? Yeah, it's this. Finally, good gracious. I think it's this. We have not been in here. Is it this? Let's hope it's this. No. Oh, wow. There's lots going on in here. Well, this will be an opportune time to stop. I'm gonna look around. We already have a ring that will create our potions 15% better. Are you tired, future husband? Lots of goodies in here. Please. Okay, thank you. That noise is driving me crazy. What is this book about? That's like the Rerum Divinis? Almost looks like murder backwards. I am 611 years old. I have never had children of my own, but I have many nieces and nephews and cousins who have been raised with the tales and traditions of our ancient, illustrious, and occasionally notorious clan, the Derani? I don't think I've heard this word before. Few families in Tamriel can boast so many famous figures wielding so much power over the fate of so many. Our warriors and kings are stuff of legend, and it is not to dismiss their honor and their achievements to say you have heard quite enough about them. I myself have never picked up a sword or written an important law, but I am part of a lesser known but still important Derani tradition, the way of the wizard. My own autobiography would be of little interest to posterity though my nephew, nieces, and cousins indulged me to tell wild tales of life in the chaotic second era of Tamriel. But I have few ancestors whose stories should be told. They may have changed history as we know it as dramatically as my better-known relatives, but their names are in danger of being forgotten. Most recently, Lysandus, I think I've heard this name before, the king of Daggerfall, was able to conquer his ancient enemies of Sentinel, in part thanks to his court sorceress, Madura Dirani. Her grandfather, Jovrin Dirani, was imperial battle mage to the court of the Dunmer Empress of Tamriel, Kataraya, assisting her in creating peace in a time of turmoil. His great-great-grandfather, Peladil Dirani, had a similar role with the first potentate and encouraged the Guild Act, without which we would not have all the professional organizations we have today. His ancestor, many times back, was the witch Raven Dirani, who, with her better-known cousins Aiden and Ryan, brought an end to the tyranny of the latter Elysian Empire. Before the Sajiks of Archaeum, it is said, she created the art of enchantment, learning how to bind a soul into a gem and use that to ensorcel all manners of weaponry. But it is the story of an ancestor, even more ancient, more distant than Raven, I wish to tell. Azil Dirani harkens back to the humble beginnings of our clan in the tiny farming village of Tyrigel, on the banks of the river Combs, which was then called the Dyron, hence the family name. Like all on Somerset Isle in those days, he was a simple planter of the fields, but while others only grew enough to sustain their immediate kin, even distant cousins of the Diranis worked together. They would decide as a group which fields were best for wheat, orchard, vine, livestock, or apiary, and thereby always have the best yields of any farm, which worked alone, doing the best as it could with what it had. Azili had a particularly poor farm for most kind of agriculture, but small herbs found its stony, loamless, acidic soil very comfortable. Out of necessity, more than anything else, he became an expert on all manners of herbs. For the most part, of course, they were used in flavoring cooking, but as you know, hardly any plant grows on the surface of our world without a magical potential. Even so long ago, witches already were in existence. It would be ridiculous for me to suggest that Azrael Dirani invented alchemy. What he did, what we can all be grateful for, is that he formulated it into an art and science. There were no witches' covens in Tyrigel, and of course there would be no mages' guild yet for thousands of years, so people would come to him for cures. He learned for himself the exact formula for combining black lichen and root brush to create a cure for all manners of poison, and the amount of willow anther to crush and mix with chokeweed to cure diseases. There were few much greater threats in Tyrigel in these peaceful days than disease or accidental poisonings. Yes, these were some dark forces in the wilderness, trolls, chimera, the occasional malevolent fairy folk, and will-o'-the-wisp, but even the youngest, most foolish Altmer knew how to avoid them. There were, however, a few unusual threats which Azil had a hand in defeating. One of the tales told of him that I believe to be true is how he was brought a young niece who had been suffering from an unknown disease. That didn't make sense. Despite his ministrations, she grew weaker and weaker every morning. Finally, he gave her a bitter-tasting drink, and the next morning, ashes were found all around her bed. A vampire had been feeding on the poor girl, but Azil's potion had turned her very blood into poison without harming her in the least. If only this formula had not been lost in the midst of history. This would have been enough to make him a minor but significant figure in the annals of early Somerset. But at that point in history, a barbarian tribe called the Lokvar had found their way down the Durin River and recognized Tyrigel as a rich target for raids. The Dirani, not being warriors yet, but simple farmers, were helpless and could only flee and watch the Lokvar take the best of their crops raid after raid. Azil, however, had been experimenting with the vampire dust and brought his cousins to him with a plan. The next time the Lokvar recited on the Durin, the word went out and all the most able-bodied came to Azil's laboratory. When the barbarians arrived in Tyrigil, they found the farms deserted and assumed that all had fled as usual. As they set about stealing the bounty, they suddenly found themselves under attack by invisible forces. Believing the Dirani farms to be haunted, they ran away quickly. They ran away very quickly. They attempted a few more raids, for their greed would always eventually overpower their fear, and each time they were set upon by attackers who they could not see. As barbaric as they were not stupid, and they changed their mind about the source of their defeat. It could not be that the farms were haunted because the crops were still being tended and harvested, and the animals seemed to show no fear. The Lokvar decided to send a scout to the farm to see if he could spy their secrets. The scout sent word back to the Lokvar that the Dirani farms were populated with flesh and blood, entirely visible Altmer. He continued to watch as his barbarian cohorts moved down the river, and he saw the elderly and children flee for the hills, while the able-bodied farmers and their wives went to Azil's laboratory. He saw them go in. He saw no one come out. As usual, the Lokvar were repelled by invisible forces, but their scout soon told them what he saw happening in the laboratory. The next night, two of the Lokvar approached Azil's farm very stealthily and managed to kidnap him without altering the rest of the Dirani. The Lokvar chieftain, knowing that the farmers could no longer count on the alchemists to make them invisible, considered an immediate attack on the farms, but he was a vengeful sort, and he felt he had been humiliated by these simple farmers. Okay, thanks for being here, Fairy Queen. I appreciate it. We'll see you the next time. Have a good weekend. A crafty plan emerged in his mind. What if the Dirani, who always saw his barbarian tribe coming, for once did not? Imagine the slaughter if no one even had a chance to flee. The scout had told the chieftain that Azil had used the dust of a vampire to make the farmers invisible, but he was not sure what the other ingredient had been. He described an incandescent powder that Azil had mixed into dust. Azil, of course, refused to help the Lokvar, but they were experts in torture as well as pillage, and he knew he would have to talk or die. Finally, after hours of torture, he agreed to tell them what the incandescent powder was. He did not know the name, but he called it glow dust, the only remains of a slain will-o'-the-wisp. He told them they would need a lot of it if they wanted to turn the whole tribe invisible for the raid. The Lokvar grumbled that not only did they have to find and kill a vampire to attain his dust, but find and kill several will-o'-the-wisp to get theirs. In a few days' time, they came back with the ingredients the alchemist asked for. The chieftain, not being a complete idiot, made Azil taste the potion first. He did as he was told and turned invisible. Demonstrating that it did truly work, the chieftain put him to work creating more. No one apparently noticed that while he did, he was nibbling on Blackreach and Rubrush. The Lokvar took the potion as he doled it out, and soon, but not too soon, that they didn't suffer. They were all dead. The scout who had seen Azil mixing the invisibility potion had apparently mistook the glow of the candlelight in the laboratory for an incandescence which the second ingredient of the invisibility potion did not possess. The second ingredient was actually dull, simple red root, one of the most common herbs in Tamriel. When they had insisted during torture that Azil told them what the incandescent powder was, Azil remembered that he had once experimentally mixed glow dust and vampire dust together once and created a powerful poison. It was simple enough to steal a little red wort from the barbarians' camp, mix that with the vampire and glow dust mixture, and create a potion that was in fact an invisibility potion. After curing himself, he gave the poison to the barbarians. The Lokvar, being dead, never again raided the Dirani farms, and having no other enemies, they were able to grow more and more prosperous and powerful. Generations later, they left Somerset and began their historic adventures on the Tamriel mainland. Azil Dirani, because of his excellence as an alchemist, was invited to Artane and became a psychic. It is not known how many more of the common formulas we know today were invented by him there, but I have no doubt the science and art of alchemy as we know it today would not exist without him. But that is all in the distant past. Azil's innovations, like my modest ones, like the achievements of the Diranists throughout history, are but a stepping stone to the wonders which will come in the future. I wish I could be there to witness them, but if I can only share some of the past with the children of Dirani and the children of Tamriel, then I will consider my life well spent. Wow. Okay, that was interesting. story. I think we already know about vampire dust and glow dust creating a potion of invisibility. I'm going to take that. I'm not going to create any alchemy at the moment. I'm going to collect these little bit of ingredients. Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff here. Wow. Take it all. And then maybe I'll do some crafting offline. Moon sugar. Taking all these ingredients. Yes, the Somerset Isles is where the High Elves are from. As I also play ESO, though I haven't played it in a while, and I've created several characters. It's hard to decide what I want to play. And I know High Elf is one of them. All right, what we're going to do here is collect this here potion that we missed. And we're going to stop it right here for now because I have to take off. So let's see, is there a table? I normally like to sit. There's a chair here. I think that's the only chair.
Let's get going.
We'll have you sit down.
Fine. What? What?
Sit right here.
Will do.
Well, are you going to sit down or what? Okay. You stand there. I'm going to sit.
Will do.
Okay, there he goes. All right, so let's level up. Let me pull out my notes here to see what I was going to do next. It's been so long since we leveled up. Let's see, what key is that? This one? Yep, there we go. You leveled up. Choose an attribute to advance. You started playing it yourself? Which game? ESO or sit your butt? Sit, Ubu, sit. That's right. Sit down. Kunai, you playing ESO or Skyrim? ESO? Yeah, I like ESO. It's fun. They have a new I don't know if it's expansion or what, but it's coming out in a few months. I haven't even finished the last one yet. Let's see, what are we going to increase here? Let's see, our magicka is 299, health is 220. Let's go with health. And then, what do we want to increase here? Let's look at one-handed. We were able to get, the last time I leveled up, the heavy armor, where heavy armor doesn't weigh anything, so that was really nice. Oops, come back over here. Heavy armor weighs nothing and doesn't slow you down one more, and I really like that. Is there anything else under heavy armor? Conditioning, that was it. Let me mark that off. Let's see. Uh-oh. My dogs went to the doggy day spa today, so it might be time to pick them up too. Yep. Right on time. Great. Let her know I'll be there. All right. Conditioning we have already. Mark that off. I have a hard time with this, with these perks. Additional 25% armor bonus if wearing a matched set of armor. All right, we're gonna wait on that, and That's 50% less stagger when wearing only armor. Let's see what we have in the one-handed. One-handed weapons do twice as much damage. Probably need to go ahead and finish that up. Oh no, we can't. It requires 80. We are using a mace, I believe. What is this one? Attacks with maces ignore 25% armor. I'm pretty sure that's a mace. We have. Definitely not using a sword. War axe. Yeah, we're not using. I think we're using a mace. Attacks with war axes cause more bleeding. What's this up here? Backwards power attack. You just tend to pick whatever fits your build. Yeah, since I'm a battle mage, one-handed. I have a mace in one hand and my magic in the other. I'm focusing on one-handed heavy armor and then destruction. Let's go ahead and do. Nope, we can't do that yet. Let's pick this bone breaker. Do we want to pick that? Hang on, cancel. That's not on my list here. I'm sorry, I have a little build list here that I have for my battle mage. Let me look at destruction real quick. Okay. Augmented flames we have already. Intense flames. Fire damage causes targets to flee if their health is low. I'll get it. Intense flames. All right, that's done. All right.
That it?
Yep. Just chill out on the little stone seat there. And that's going to do it for me today. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you for the new follows. Kunai, I appreciate it. And I will see you guys on the next time. I'm thinking maybe tomorrow morning, but we'll see. I'm gonna plan on tomorrow morning. Hopefully more often than what I've been doing, because I am a bookkeeper, so it's tax season. So I've not been able to play much of anything lately, but I try to take Fridays for myself and the weekends. So, hoping tomorrow, but if not, we'll see you on the next time. I appreciate you being here. Have a good weekend. Bye.